Hey everyone, welcome to Group Text. I'm just going to start by reading off the card because this is the intro. That is you.
Oh my.
I know. So, I have known today's guest for so long, we were considered the cool kids back in the day, or as I like to say it, back when we were fun. If you haven't figured it out by now, Stephen Baldwin broke into the big time with the 1995 hit movie The Usual Suspects, and since then he's appeared in too many movies and too many TV shows to list while he's sitting here next to me. Stephen is currently one of 16 competitors on, let me get this right, Special Forces, The World's Toughest Test, which premieres January 8th at 8, 7 Central on Fox. Okay, the show is totally insane. I don't know what you get if you win, but I certainly hope it's worth it. In addition, Stephen is the host of a new podcast, which I have been on, called One Bad Movie. And when he's not spending time being a wonderful father and grandfather, he is devoting his energy to the Baldwin Fund, which is dedicated to supporting breast cancer research. Hi, Stephen. Welcome to Group Text.
Hi, Millie Mel. How are you?
Good. Isn't it crazy when, and that's, by the way, only a partial bio.
Yeah, you're just showing why I'm a grandpa.
No, I'm not.
I've been around.
You have had a major career, and we're going to get into all that, but I got to talk about the new show first, Special Forces, The World's Toughest Test. Number one, what the fuck were you thinking? And number two, tell me about the show. Because it's in its third season. Did you watch the first two?
Yes. The second season, a buddy of mine was a participant, Beverly Mitchell. So I'm a skydiver. I won Fear Factor when Joe Rogan was the host.
Before Joe Rogan was Joe Rogan.
Before Joe Rogan was Joe Rogan, yeah. Well, he was kind of Joe Rogan.
But
then.
not Joe Rogan as we know him
not,
now.
You know, Mac Daddy, intergalactic Joe Rogan.
Right.
No.
Selling
but
supplements.
I won Fear Factor, which was cool.
We'll
so
come
I
back
get
to
to
that.
like, you know, act like I'm cool because of that. But it in no way compared to really what this was. This was real Special Forces guys from different places, one from the United States, taking celebrities out to embark in these challenges that are legit, real, the real boot camp of Special Forces. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to say this. I'd never do it again. It totally was not worth the money. It was so dangerous.
Okay.
And I'm crazy. So I'm just saying,
you're crazy. You like challenges. You go balls to the wall.
Skydiving.
You go balls to the wall. But we are all of a certain age. And at one point you say, I need help getting off the floor.
Right.
What made you think that physically, and I'm not saying this in an insulting way.
No.
What made you think physically, oh, I'm still 30 and I can do this?
You've done shows like this
Yes,
before.
I have. We both did I'm a Celebrity.
It's not until you get there that you figure out how much you're just going to figure out.
Right.
Or if like you're way in over your head already.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen. The first day, I'm pretty sure I can say this about the show. If you see the promos now, it's already footage is out there.
Yes, footage is out there.
Everybody knows who's on it.
Which you actually have a funny story about.
We're going to talk about
Denise Richards.
Right. But the first day, I'm 58 years old. I'm 10 years older than anybody else in the cast. And they tell me, oh, we're going to this one location. When we get there, you're going to jump from a boat to a helicopter.
Because that's so easy.
While they're moving.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I thought there was, they would be parked somewhere with an anchor.
It's
so
just like 1, 2, like not.
So literally they have this like military speedboat with a platform and a railing and you hold it and it goes about 50 miles an hour.
Great.
And while it's going 50 miles an hour, a helicopter flies up and you have to jump to the little arm, the landing gear of the helicopter. And Melissa, listen to me. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to jump, grab this thing, hook my leg up, pull myself up. It's flying.
Yeah.
There's the inertia
there's
of that.
And wind, and it's going like this.
And the vibration and blah, 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 blah. So,
and you didn't get to practice. You didn't get to say, this is what it feels like to hang on to a helicopter.
Do the Special Forces get to practice?
No, but I'm just saying, let's be honest. You guys are not training up until this, practicing these things that they take years to learn how to do.
Correct.
You know,
So
the safety guy
that
didn't.
was the first day.
And the safety guys did not put you in a harness?
No. Oh
my God.
So that was the first day. There were 2 other events like that I won't get into.
No.
And in between, when somebody didn't have their shirt tucked in, we all had to do push-ups. We did 150 push-ups on the first day, in between jumping on the helicopter.
Okay, could you do your knees down?
No.
Okay,
Or you had to do more push-ups.
Okay, do you do push-ups on a regular basis?
Kind of, sort of, not really.
So not 150?
Yeah.
I would have been drooling.
I do like from the knees, Nam Yo Renge Kyo.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? I do like
up to the
grandpa push-up.
Yeah, up to the upward dog, downward dog, back through, chaturanga. You know what I mean? Like that's the
gentle.
Yeah, that's wake up your spine.
Yeah.
So
I won't do in your face what they would do in my face. Like I was having an asthma attack on the show, and they were like, "Get up! You're a puke! You're a maggot!" Yeah.
Why? You had seen the other seasons. You knew someone who had done it.
Yeah.
What made you? Again, I keep going back to what made you think this was a good idea?
I'm the youngest Baldwin. I was malnourished. What was I thinking?
Where you dropped on your head.
But it's okay because, now I'm just a podcaster. I just host a podcast. So I don't have to be as smart as I used to. So it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay.
Now,
I made her laugh.
I don't have to be as smart as I used to be. I'm not even going to touch that.
Okay.
But you actually you found out who else was going to be on the show with you by accident because they keep it a complete and total secret who's going to be on the show. Now, I don't understand that at all, but that's what they do on these shows. You're not supposed to know till you get there.
There's some ratings thingy that's how they do it. And I was on Apprentice.
Right.
And a lot of that is very kind of...
Except we take the PR photos for Apprentice.
But they do try to conceal it.
Not from each other as much.
Right.
This is concealed from each other.
But for the mystique of the viewer, I think they like to do that on occasion. So, Denise Richards.
Yes. Who's on the show with you?
Who is on Special Forces World's Toughest Test on Fox Network. We're buddies because we had just done a movie about 2 years ago.
Okay.
That Billy Baldwin was in and Daniel Baldwin directed.
I like that you still use your brother's last names.
Well, I have to, yeah.
I love that. You might have heard of him, Billy Baldwin.
Yeah.
Really? Are you related?
Yeah, I'm the runt of that whole dynamic. But so I had just worked with Denise, and I was talking to her about One Bad Movie podcast, and literally I hadn't seen. I mean, she's one of the back in the day friends.
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I mean, from 30 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Like if you were to say to me, like, where do you think the last places you saw Denise Richards? I'd be like, it probably was like, Woodstock 1999. I'd say something, kind of crazy.
Hollywood Athletic Club.
So, that was
similar.
my big
charity event. And MTV
for
was...
APLA.
Yes, and MTV was shooting it. I remember it for a few reasons.
Okay, now there's a few.
Okay.
There was one.
There was one, which was, as I like to say, back when we were fun. You and I were sitting on a pool table shooting something, and was it Campbell Scott or someone like that was there with us? And I don't know what happened, but we toppled over like dominoes onto the pool table. There may have been alcohol involved. Just saying.
Listen, I come from a dysfunctional family. You come from a dysfunctional...
Yeah. There could have been alcohol involved. And then the other reason I remember is because I woke up the next morning. I had a cough when I was there. I've never been as sick as I was the next day. I ended up having walking pneumonia. So that is why I remember that particular evening. I had to sit down on the stairs.
It was a different kind of a Steve Baldwin experience in the sense of going viral.
Yes, exactly.
You went viral in another way.
I went viral in a different way, yes. But
I love it.
Okay, but I do want to, so Denise, let's go back to Denise.
Right. So I know her from a couple years ago working on this little indie film. We're chatting about being a guest on my podcast, One Bad Movie. And on my eyeballs, we're on the phone 3 weeks before we're supposed to leave to do this production of Special Forces. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't call you back. And Aaron, her husband Aaron, who, and I'm over here and I'm promoting this. And she does a lot of stuff.
Yes, she does.
And she goes, and I just found out, we just closed the deal. I got to go to London to do this reality show with these military guys. Now, I'm already booked to do the show.
And you can't say anything.
And I could. But isn't it more fun not to?
Yes, and just appear.
So I turned around and I literally go, oh, wow, sounds exciting. And I'm like, London, and you leave in 3 weeks? She's like, yes. I go, wink, wink. I go, and it's shooting in London. That'll be great. She goes, oh, no. We're there in London in about 3 weeks. We do all the prep, and then we go to Wales. And now I'm going, she's doing Special Forces. So it was adorable. But then I had to literally call the production and say, I know Denise is in the show.
Right.
She didn't say it.
But
it was hysterical.
We were talking about this random new show she's doing.
But what happens on the first day and how we all get revealed who's on the show was hilarious. Because we get on this boat and she looks at me going, you're such an a-hole.
Yeah, the good old days. I love it. And thank you. That's a scoop. But I want to talk about I want to finish on Special Forces. Would you do it again?
No. Well, listen, no, I wouldn't. No, I just, no, I wasn't even trying to fake that. Because I thought like $1 million, like if they offered me some sick, psycho amount of money.
Right.
If they offered me $1 million and it was the same rules, which I can't talk about.
No.
There's same kind of structural rules about how the celebrities participate. If they said, we'll give you $1 million under those same rules, but it would be as crazy as it was or not. If they said the only way for the $1 million is to do it, and there is the potential for you to get hurt as much as there was the potential for you to get hurt in this, I don't want to say anything, people, but this was really crazy.
Right. This is one of those shows.
I can't say what happened. People got hurt. Celebrities got hurt on this season.
Which, by the way, people enjoy seeing.
I don't care if they get mad at me for saying that.
But by the way, people love watching celebrities get hurt. Which is they do. It is such a sick thing. People love watching celebrities get hurt. All you have to do is go on Daily Mail, and you will see everybody's had an accident.
Let's do a deal. You and I, like right here, we could host celebrity slap fighting. Like they slap each other.
Or just we could constantly make
viral. We could put a little booth right here with the powder.
Yeah.
Because we get vents to like clean it and keep it clean.
We can just have videos constantly of you and I pushing each other down.
Wow. Okay.
On to this week's Watch Melissa Fall Over an Ottoman. Next week, watch Melissa hip check Stephen onto concrete.
Wow. It's body slam the celebrities.
Yeah, celebrity body slamming.
I'm into it.
Me too. But one of the things I love, and I did it, is your podcast, One Bad Movie.
Thanks.
Explain the premise.
Okay. About a year ago, I was driving in my car listening to like a fabulous actor tell a wonderful story about a new project they had coming out. And I've made 100 movies, so I understand like the promotional cycle and how you have to do all that. And I'm just listening, and I didn't mean anything by it, but I just went, "Gosh, I'm so glad I don't do that anymore." I still.
As you're sitting here doing that, but that's another.
Well, yeah, but it's
a little
in a different
whiplashy.
context. It's more fun.
Yeah.
It's not that meat grinder PR press tour you have to do for the studio system of Hollywood. It's different.
Right. It's different.
So. And it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, I'm just glad I'm, podcaster, writer, producer, director now.
Right.
So I'm listening to this guy and I went, wouldn't it be funny and refreshing to hear this guy talk about his one bad movie? And I was kidding. And I just went, one bad movie, that's just weird. Like, is that a conversation? Or am I just an idiot?
No, it's a jumping off point.
And I talked to John McGalliard and I talked to James Moore and I just turned around and I go, hey guys, would it be possible to talk to actors in a self-effacing way, so to speak, to make fun of yourself in a fun way?
Yeah.
Yes, mock your own self. Is there a door for a conversation? These guys are the brains that know how to structure these things. I'm kind of just the guy that blurts it all out. You know what I mean? Which makes for a cool interview.
Yeah, you don't have a blurting problem.
I don't have. Could you tell in elementary school out there on Long Island, I was like, ooh, ooh. If only back then they could have known, Melissa.
Yes, if they knew they were crushing the creative
I would
spirit.
become Steve Baldwin, host of One Bad Movie.
But
Exactly.
I had so much fun doing it because even when you have people who aren't in bad movies per se, like myself, because I don't make movies, we talk about the bad movies that I enjoy because they are so bad.
As well. This is, so the idea as a theme
Yes.
of bad movies, plus the fact that I am an actor who has made bad movies.
Which is my next question. Which is my next question. You just sat here and went, oh, well, I've done 100 movies. Okay. How many of them were actually good?
Of my filmography?
Oh, now we're using the big words, are we?
Yeah, I have to use something for clarification.
Yes, of your personal
So I've done
filmography.
like 120 movies.
Right. So how many were actually really good?
Well, don't ask. That's a worser question. Don't ask
A
how many
worser
are
question?
good. Yeah, I'd say how many are good out of 120. Probably 20 are good. The
yeah.
rest are mediocre, and
Right.
then a bunch were bad.
Yeah.
That's the
But
point.
okay,
Melissa.
which top two are you proudest of? Which two are you the most just like, oh, I wish they would just go away?
The Flintstones was fabulous, and I guess I have to say Usual Suspects. It's
But
just
the Flintstones, you won a Razzie.
I did.
Yes. Viva Rock Vegas. Yes, it's in my research.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
So I'm guessing they didn't actually give you
Me
the
and
award.
Tom Cruise.
But they did you don't actually have the award displayed.
No, I don't. I guess not.
So why?
But here's what so
So what were your worst two?
that's my two favorites.
Uh-huh.
And there's a couple. I liked Fled with Lawrence Fishburne.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. But my worst one is I think Sharks in Venice.
Oh, I missed that.
It's a sci-fi movie where sharks are swimming in the canals of Venice, Italy.
So it was pre-Sharknado.
That's a good question. Get my Sharknado people on the phone, please. It probably is. It's an old, bad indie sci-fi movie I like shot in Bulgaria.
Oh, I can't wait to dig this one up.
Yes. And then there's another one I did called Earthstorm, which is about a meteorite that's going to hit the planet. And I come in, to try to solve it. And it's like one of those Bill Shatner kind of, there's a line in the movie where I go, damn it, I only know,
But I know.
paleontology. I say some, smart word and, I really can't save the earth and some act of luck occurs and the wind changes and I save the day.
Which one are you proudest of that maybe didn't get the attention it should? Like we all know Usual Suspects. We all know.
I loved Friends and Lovers.
Okay, why?
I did a movie with Robert Downey Jr., Claudia Schiffer.
Well, so that was really rough. Okay.
Claudia Schiffer, who's now one of the faces of my daughter's cosmetics company, Rhode.
Oh,
so
okay.
Hailey Bieber has a skincare line.
No way.
Claudia Schiffer is now one of the people involved. And who'd have ever thought that I'd have done a movie with Claudia? So, as a method actor, I play her boyfriend
as a method actor.
But in the movie, I play her boyfriend, and it's a comedy. And then Robert Downey Jr.'s character comes along, who's a guy pretending to be a German ski instructor. It's one of the funniest movies ever. It's called Friends and Lovers.
I'll find
and
this.
Isn't it a small world that I made that crazy, zany, friendly, sexy comedy forever ago, and now Claudia works with my daughter, and I think that's hilarious.
One of the things I think that I have found fascinating through the years is you went from being this crazy kid, skateboarding, you were already an adult, sorry, skateboarding, preaching, the whole thing, is you've evolved into someone who isn't super precious about it. You don't take yourself seriously.
Yeah, that's a great observation.
Because and I think that's what makes it, at least I find now, and this is a bad word, palatable. Mm-hmm. Because you don't feel this coming at you. Mm-hmm. Was there a moment where you realized I've got to turn down the volume a little?
Absolutely. And it's interesting you say that. That's not just a philosophical thing, about career guidance, although it is a little.
Yeah.
You should learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
But it's mostly just a health regimen, you know? I don't promote all the wellness I use now. Wellness. If you're smart, you know what I just said. But anyway, I am clean and sober.
Yes.
There's people that use certain wellness that people would...
That are legal.
That are recreational.
And legal.
And medicinal.
And medicinal.
All at the same time.
In a lot of different cultures.
Welcome to the Rivers Blunts, a new product.
I'm a gummy.
You're a gummy gal?
I'm a gummy.
Oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
I like my gummies.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course not.
Yeah. But in that, respect, I joke now, I'm the youngest surviving Baldwin brother. I'm 58, I'm the youngest. I have 2 grandkids now. I'm living a life that I never could have seen coming. My dad was a football coach and a social studies teacher, and he made $27,000 a year and raised 6 kids in the 70s and 80s.
Which is insane.
It's totally insane. So, pinching myself every day. I'm sitting with you. I think you're a doll, and your husband's great, and you're blessed to be here all these years later, healthy.
Yeah.
Having survived all the BS they're talking about now, having been protected by God, because
no matter
you're
what
a person
you believe.
of faith.
Yeah.
Amen, sister.
But what
You're
I
feeling
love,
good. It's wonderful.
but what I love about you, and when I say you're not like so in your face like you used to be about your faith and things like that.
Right.
But what I find is you are intrinsically funny, and there have been moments where we've been hanging out, and I will say something, and I've watched you do it. You just go like, I just look up, and you're like,
I remind you of someone.
No, but you're like, oh, please forgive her. Like,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
always feel like,
Right.
I always want to say to you, like, can you go light a candle because of this conversation?
But that's back in the day.
No, still
Not so
now.
bad today.
Not so bad
Right.
today.
But you made a great observation, and that is the biggest part of my health regimen now is laughter. It's the biggest part. My friend Mike Binder was on the show. He's he's doing laughs in Hollywood every Monday night. I love comics. I love laughter. I love people who understand that with every breath we take, if you're not happy, joyous, and free, what's the point? Why are we here?
So, but you bring that because,
It's why I'm doing one bad movie.
right. But also, for example, we're an unlikely friendship.
Sure.
Do you have because I have a lot of unlikely friendships. Do you?
Absolutely.
Strangest one.
Strangest unlikely friendship. Denise Richards.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. You are nothing alike.
Denise, listen, I'm going to be boldly honest. Love her. Wild Things. Are you kidding me? Never knew her. Never worked with her. Never made out with her.
Shocking.
Isn't it nice all these decades later to be working? And it's not some freak show, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Okay,
blessed.
so
I'm
you're
blessed.
blessed.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
L'chaim.
So, okay, how do I say this nicely? What are your Christmas plans? And you are an uncle to so many.
Right.
What is your strategy for buying Christmas gifts?
Oh my God.
Because,
I'm uncle to
how many?
like 13, 14, 15,
Yeah,
16.
how do you...
My sister Beth is the eldest. And she had 5 daughters who went on to I don't know how many there are now.
I didn't even know there was a
Yeah.
Baldwin sister.
2 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah. Sister Jane as well. That makes up the 6 siblings. Baby of the bunch. Mom's favorite.
Of course.
To this day. Love you, Carol. And
Of course, you're the baby.
yeah. And the baby.
But how do you even tackle buying that many gifts? Or do you just do like girls' gifts of this age, girls' gifts of that age, and
I
then
don't
like...
know him personally, but Jeff Bezos has a solution. called Amazon.
I'm assuming you're a Prime member.
Where I can I can prime it right out to all 16 of those little nieces and nephews.
So how much of it does your wife actually do?
All of it.
Do you even know what you're getting people this year?
No.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test premieres January 8th at 8, 7 Central on Fox. And if you have not listened to One Bad Movie, run and download it and listen. I love you so much.